Hi, David ERDOS with Poem 94 from David's COVID 2020 vision. Toad in the hole. A wart on the face can only be expunged with a laser. But even then the scar lingers and still the surface smear sees cure fail. And so it is with FARAGE, the French-sounding frog or toad in our hole, now our very own English carbuncle, with his leering eyes a threat to all nieces as he lustily pumps staling ale. FARAGE fools no one. It's the only hope I can cling to, apart from those so deluded and racist that they would gather in robes round the bog and defile mystic men with their clear misunderstanding of magic. These Morris prancers, if they exist at all, remain dogs, chasing their own rears and tails for an equally mythic England which is unconnected to folklore and legend and the beauty behind sacred stones. All people like this can do is throw or cast spite, as FARAGE has done at protesters, calling them terrorists on Good Morning Britain for estate agenting Edward Colston's rivered home. There, in those words, we saw another skin shed across darkness. As Colston's cold face kissed the Avon, we saw in Nigel's force-fed fury and his blatancy exposed hate that he has for not only all immigrants, but for all minorities also, be they black, disempowered, or those battered back into life by a banner that seeks to forego our dark fates. The English honour all oaths. They even welcomed Oswald Mosley back onto talk shows. I believe we can house them, miscast as they are, in false shows. But we do not know what they are. Only the how comes to claim us. The why barely features. Was FARAGE in his childhood beaten or bred to spark race? We don't know. He just pretends to speak sense. The boar in the bar we'd part to smile at, attacking when drunk his opinions, but allowing him still pride of place. Just like the wart you can't lease, until you smother it with cream, nuke or cut it, while endangering as you do so the former symmetry of the face. We see each ignorance fed, and latterly at least we decry them, but we do not remove them because their hold on us squats on hearts. They silenced FARAGE on TV, but he was still allowed his expression. Where are the points in which power must be finally prized apart? As Minneapolis calls for control and Trump tweets to hellhound individuals, when as we tire will we seek to overturn all we've seen? For we are now the toads in the hole, as much as this frog on the throat, primed for bulging. Through the bile in his bullsack, bilge rises, as beer poisons bubble, and the swamp in his mind stains all green. Whenever this reptile reappears, the water and way seem corrupted. His yokel laugh seems affected, as if he were auditioning, perhaps, for panto on some tawdry stage, but with his slimed eye trained on the failing West End of Westminster, in which the other hams and poor players prod, pull, and wrench us as we remain unsure where to go. But these pond scum know all too well. They are raising Colston now from the water. The muck that clings is the mire that would drag each sacred slave deep below. FARAGE is a race on his own. The underfrogs, we might call them. Listen as they warp the water. With each word, sound finds vomit. And yet, still they're speaking. Across de-angeled days, devils blow. David ERDOS, June the 10th, 2020.